Alright, live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Weird Weekly Recap AKA W.W.R. Pardon me. This show is a dive into the odd, obscure, bizarre, and other words for strange world of notable events, weather, and sports, aka news. I'm Xander. I will be joined by the Golden Loon here pretty soon, and of course, you. Thank you for coming in and joining us. Today is Sunday, aka Sunday. Yes, we did miss doing the show yesterday, but hey, that's why we have Sunday as backup. So, January 11th, 2026. Let's get into the news today, shall we? Starting us off in Oddity Central. Too drunk to drive. Father asks 12-year-old son to drive family home. Call an Uber. Well, he's drunk, but if it says family, like, where's the mom? Did she not say Uber? Like, was she not there? So on the evening of January 2nd, while conducting breathalyzer tests on motorists as part of the traditional Bob campaign meant to combat drunk driving in Belgium, police in the commune of Duffel noticed something very peculiar. A car that was approaching their checkpoint seemed to do so at a snail's pace, finally stopping dozens of meters before reaching them. As they approached the vehicle, traffic police officers immediately noticed that the person in the driver's seat seemed unusually short and young. Their initial impressions were confirmed when they reached the driver's window. It was a young boy no more than 12 years old. Next to the child was his father, who nonchalantly admitted that he had asked the boy to drive home because he had been too drunk. Okay. Sitting in the backseat of the car were the boy's mother and two young siblings, so the mom was there, all of whom seemed okay with the situation. Interestingly, the mother had a valid driver's license herself, but somehow thought it was a good idea to let her preteen son drive the whole family home at night. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Had a long walk earlier today, still kind of, recuperating from that. But, wow, what the hell? Both of these, whoa, careful there. Both of these parents are incredibly awful. They should not have the right to raise kids. So, to give you a brief synopsis of what just happened, which, by the way, introduce yourself.
Golden Loon.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, to give you a brief synopsis, this father had his 12-year-old son drive the family back home because the father was too drunk.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Now, the mother was in the back seat, with the sister. Okay.
I assume they were all drunk then.
Well, but the mother had a valid driver's license as well. Now, it didn't say that whether she was drunk or not. They said that she had a valid driver's license. Also, Uber exists.
So what happened? Anything bad?
Well, they got pulled over.
Oh, okay, good. So he didn't crash it or anything?
No. I mean, like, they were approaching a checkpoint, and what raised suspicion was he was driving incredibly slow. Uh-huh. So then they looked in the windshield. He was very short, and then they figured out, it's the kid, So, but the mother was in the backseat. She had her own driver's license. This was in Belgium. I'm sure they have rideshare things out there, like Uber. Maybe, I'm not sure. Like Belgium.
The only thing worse would have been the father driving totally drunk.
Well, yeah, but either way, this is incredibly negligent.
Yes, of course.
So, anyway, gonna move on up, but before we do, just to let everybody know, all these articles are in the underbar of the description. More here from Oddity Central. Woman files complaint against husband because he concealed the fact that he was bald.
God.
Lavika Gupta, a resident of Gar City, Avenue 1 in central Noida, recently filed a police complaint against her husband and 4 in-laws, alleging that she was deceived when she agreed to marry her spouse in 2024. Among her accusations, the woman claimed that she was promised a man with lush, healthy hair, but married a bald man wearing a wig. Okay, well, I mean, you can't get mad that you're too dumb to not notice,
There needs to be more to this story. Did she go to a dating service to find a man and they misrepresented it or what?
Well, it says here the wife claims that she was deceived at the time, with Jane and his family concealing various details about his physical appearance, education, and financial status. Okay, so this was like more than just balding. Mm-hmm. So she just got completely bamboozled.
And I don't know where this is, but it could be arranged marriages, so she got snookered.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Maybe just she's a doofus. Who knows?
Well, I mean, maybe it was rather elaborate, so we can't put her cognitive abilities into question here.
Did you get to know someone well enough to figure out they're wearing a wig?
Yeah, well, it's not just the wig. You know, there's so many other things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where this is. Resident of Gar City Avenue 1 in Central Noida. But where?
I don't know.
Oh, India.
India.
Okay. Well, an Indian woman. She could have
Yeah.
been an
Most
Indian
likely.
woman in
Most likely
Kazakhstan.
India.
Anyway, this one's kind of grotesque here. Man inserts live leech into his bladder, suffers excruciating pain. Yes?
Why would you do that?
I don't know. A 23-year-old man from Jingzhou, China's Henan province, had to endure excruciating pain after falling for a traditional remedy he found online and inserting a 5-centimeter long live leech into his bladder. So I'm not going to continue on with that. That's just... Yeah.
He deserves whatever he got.
Yeah, what an idiot. U.S. father who doesn't speak Spanish turns fluent whenever he has surgery. So this happens...
Turns what?
Fluent. In Spanish. Se habla español.
Yeah.
Mi habla perdón. Mi habla poquito perdón. Stephen Chase was 19 years old when he woke up from a knee surgery speaking fluent Spanish despite only being able to count to 10 in the foreign language before the operation. Despite having only minimal knowledge of Spanish, he was able to converse fluently in Spanish for about 20 minutes after waking up from the surgery before going back to English. What the hell?
Wow.
I mean, things like this happen rarely, but I mean, like, and actually, like, you know, there's branches, like, you know, there's accents where, like, there's once a woman in like, you know, jolly old London, you know, like, pip pip cheerio, you want ice, you know, tea?
Yeah.
And then she had a surgery. Well, howdy, partner, how you doing? Like, what? How?
Yeah.
Like, you know, or I think there was like some guy in like South America all of a sudden just started speaking fluent Mandarin or whatever. You know, like they're rare, but it's happened many times. You know, several times out there. So, the 33-year-old attorney was diagnosed with foreign language syndrome, you know, FLS, an extremely rare medical condition with only around 100 confirmed cases on record since it was discovered in 1907. According to the National Library of Medicine, it can be caused by a number of factors, including brain injuries and tumors, psychological stress, and general anesthesia. So what the hell is general anesthesia to cause this? Yikes. You know, there always is a risk. Whenever they knock you out, you might go into a coma, you know?
Yeah.
So,
there's always a risk.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up. What else do we got here? South Korea's trending poverty challenge sparks outrage. Flexing on social media has been around since the early days of social media, and with status and material possessions becoming the focus of many youth's lives, the trend has only gotten worse. But it's one thing to show off online and another to do it while ironically complaining how hard you have by posting things that others genuinely rely on to survive. South Korea's poverty challenge features users posting images of sports cars, luxury goods, designer fashion, and expensive homes, and mixing in budget items like instant noodles, while complaining about unbearable poverty. It started out as a joke, but soon became a controversial social media trend that many believe trivializes economic hardship. What in the stupid is happening? Like, what is the point? You're flexing how rich but how poor you are? You can't have it both, buddy. You can't be wealthy, you know, impoverished.
I've always said
works.
I'm the richest, or I'm the poorest millionaire you'll ever meet.
Very valid. Yeah. But this is, look at that. There's a bowl of ramen and then a fat stack of cash. Look at that, you know.
Yeah.
Look at that loaf of bread right there, dude. That's an entire block of cheese. Moving on up, parents criticized for supporting 13-year-old son's decision to quit school to play video games. You know, I'm not a supporter of government-mandated school and all that stuff, but I cannot get behind this.
Why would you support your kid to do that?
I would not.
I know, but who would?
Well, these people, obviously.
Obviously, but it makes no sense.
I would say...
What's the upside for the kid?
Well, I mean, you know, maybe online gaming is becoming a business. Like, there are esports. There's actual entire academies in Korea, South Korea, where kids do, I mean, you know, they spend like the first half of the day in the morning learning general education, all that stuff, but then they spend the second half of the day just gaming, and these are pro level, and these kids are like 6, 7, 8 year olds.
Yeah.
But they're getting into sports with honest, legitimately millions, if not tens of millions of dollars invested. Like grand prizes.
But the key there, at least they're still going in the morning.
Yeah. Well,
who would let their 13-year-old?
Well, hold on. They might be homeschooling.
Okay.
So let's read this. Tyro started playing video games at the age of 3, but it was 2 years later when he discovered Fortnite. Oh Christ! And he knew it was his passion. He quickly surpassed his father's skill level, and by the time he was in 2nd grade, he was already defeating professional players consistently. Recognizing his innate talent, his parents created his own YouTube channel in 2020, which currently has over 230,000 subscribers.
Okay, so they're looking at it as a business thing.
No, it is. It definitely is a business investment.
Still, he needs to go to school.
Well, let's see here. It was on his YouTube channel that Tauru recently announced his decision to drop out of school so he could focus on his esports career and fulfill his dream of qualifying for the Fortnite World Cup. Most parents would have probably tried to convince their child that education is essential to successful life, but Tauru's family supported his decision from the beginning. So I'm trying to give these parents the benefit of the doubt, but they're sounding more and more like inept, and I honestly hope that they have their custody removed. I'm not really an advocate of that kind of action, but for the sake of this child, he needs education. You can only be so good so long. Eventually, just age. You're not going to be quick. And you need to have something to fall back on.
Now, it's set up there so he could practice for whatever is coming up. And I wonder if it's a temporary thing. Quit now and then go back to school when the tournament's over or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot that isn't said that you could read into it.
No, this isn't just for a tournament, Dad. This is for a career.
Yeah.
So
maybe the family's smelling money here for all.
They absolutely are. But what I'm saying
is really horrific.
What I'm saying is, for the sake of that child, if the parents do not understand this, then they do not have the right to raise a kid, because they need education first and foremost.
Yeah.
You want him to have an esports career, fine. He can do that extracurricularly.
Yeah.
But as I said, eventually age will catch up to you, and you can't be a professional esports gamer for your entire life. And even
beyond that, a 13-year-old brain is still developing.
Yes.
It's got to be nurtured, not 100% video games.
I mean, okay, let's take this into other stuff, okay? A lot of professional athletes out there, they get pretty much a gravy train if they're good enough and all that stuff, but they still get education. Doesn't matter
professional level.
Well, I mean, Kobe Bryant, got a college level education. Did he not?
No, he went right out of high school into the NBA.
Well, he still attended high school.
Of course.
Yeah. No, this kid is, obviously not, high school.
He's 13 years old.
Yeah, so, he needs an education.
All of a sudden, school's getting in the way.
Because, because every other sports, pardon me, age will catch up to you. You cannot be a professional baseball player, or soccer player or any of that. Golf, maybe, you can play that, into your
Father
old age.
time always wins. Period. Father time.
Yes. Yeah, so you need to have a fallback. Anyway, let's move on up. We've been hovering on that article for too long. Cheating husband sues restaurant after promotional TikTok clip reveals infidelity. Well, don't cheat, you dipshit.
What do you have to sue? Is that what they say?
Yeah, no, he's suing
the
them.
Restaurant.
Yeah, well, he's suing the restaurant probably on the grounds that...
He's probably there, and they exposed him through photography or...
Well, no, if he did not
give
consent to them, because a lot of there's a lot of candid things that go on and everything. Mm-hmm. If he did not give consent for them to use the recording, he may have a case on that thing. But he's doing it because he got caught. So maybe. Let's read this. A Sicilian man has filed a lawsuit against a restaurant after featuring him in a promotional TikTok video without his consent. There you go. So he has grounds.
The infidelity is irrelevant.
Well, he shouldn't cheat, but I have to, without his consent, I have to be on his side on that technicality.
Well,
I do not agree with the cheating.
Not as a sin, nothing to do with the cheating.
Yeah.
The only thing he can sue on is no consent.
Well, it says here the case is a bit more complicated than it seems because he said the video was seen by the man's wife and led to their marriage falling apart. The video was used as proof of his infidelity, so the man is now suing the restaurant for invasion of privacy. So, but, you know, like, I do not, you know, agree with him cheating. You know, he's a piece of shit for doing that. But as far as, you know, recording him without his consent or making it promote, whatever it is, I agree with him on that thing, on that regard. You know, these companies, like a very strict line has got to be not just carved in the sand, but dug into the sand with a fucking excavator, because these corporations are using people's images and likeness all over the place. I just saw a video. There's this guy, and his friend said, "Oh, hey, blah blah. There's a poster with your image on it. You know, down here at whatever street or whatever." So he went down there, and there's like, you know, some shoe store or whatever, and they had taken one of his pictures from Facebook, changed the background, and put on whatever shoe that they're selling, and they use it for promotional ad for their shoes. He had no idea that it existed. They took one of his Facebook, images.
So it wasn't a shadow; it was him.
It was him.
I mean, full face.
Full,
not
yeah,
just
no,
in
no,
a
it was
shadow or something.
no,
Okay.
it was full.
Just
like
changed the background.
they just
and
changed
shoes,
it like
I got it.
Like
I got
he was
it.
sitting like this,
Yeah.
and he was sitting on like, you know, like a staircase or whatever, and they had him his entire head to toe.
Yeah.
But the background was changed, and they had whatever shoes they were promoting.
You're not allowed to do that.
Well, you are with all these technicalities or whatever. Like there's ways they get through it. So, you know, that's why I say, like, he's a piece of crap for cheating, but he has a very strong case, in my opinion, you know, with the non-consent thing. You know. So, anyway, fortune teller steals client's phone to confirm his own bad luck prediction. So, police in Pattaya recently arrested 38-year-old fortune teller after he stole a woman's smartphone while she was praying at a temple just so he can confirm his own prediction. The victim, a 19-year-old woman named Pim, reportedly took pity on a shabbily dressed fortune teller offering his services outside the temple and stopped to learn her fortunes in the new year. The fortune teller, identified as 38-year-old Udom Semp Muing Kiyagu, used a deck of cards to read the woman's fortune and warned her that she faced bad luck and the loss of a valuable item in the near future. He also offered to prevent these things from occurring for a fee, but the young woman refused. Wow, what a trash
So he
heap.
sold her phone so it would come true.
Well, it sounds like it was all premeditated. It sounds like it's a scam artist.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
wow. Well, I hope they throw the book at him. Or I guess in this case, I hope they deck him because he used cards, you know. I guess I'll fold on that joke. Parents are using AI-generated regret videos to pressure children into marriage. Wow. What's with people these days? Let your kids, you know, live their own lives, man. China recorded a 6.106 million marriage registrations in 2024, a 20.5 year-on-year decrease, according to Xinhua in the Ministry of Civil Affairs, with a national marriage rate of just 4.3 per 1,000 people. The first to combat these worrying stats are reportedly parents who will stop at nothing to convince their children to get married and start a family. Bro, leave them alone. Like, do you have any idea how hard it is for a man to find a woman in that country?
I don't know. No, I don't have any idea.
It's China.
I know what country it is.
Well, I mean, like, you know, we were just talking about it before the show. Like, you know, the one-child policy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they don't have that anymore, but yeah.
Well,
that
yeah,
created
but
a real big imbalance.
it's still in balance. It's going to be in balance for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because, you know, there wasn't as many women to go around to make more families, to make more women.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a problem for a couple hundred years. And now on top of that, you're going to guilt trip your children? Are you kidding me? Yeah. According to multiple media reports, Chinese video sharing platforms like Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, and Weibo are being flooded with AI-generated videos featuring aging protagonists expressing regret at not having listened to their parents to start a family when they were young. This is so crap. This is just garbage. I'm checking to see if we have any comments. None yet. All right. Child hospitalized with gastroenteritis after stealing and eating neighbor's spicy takeout. Well, you reap what you sow, you little thief.
Yeah.
That's what you get. You know? Chinese media recently reported the strange case of a Beijing family who accused their neighbors of putting their son at the hospital. No, your son put himself in the hospital for being a little thief. However, the details of the case sparked a heated debate on social media because all the neighbors did was order an extra spicy meal. The 7-year-old boy stole it from their doorstep and ate it without permission. After having their food delivery order stolen from their doorstep on multiple occasions, a family in Beijing decided to teach the thief a lesson by ordering an extra spicy meal. Little did they know that the perpetrator was their 7-year-old neighbor who spent most of his time outside playing and had developed a taste for their food orders. Well, I mean, you reap what you sow. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, out in China, you know, like what? Don't they still cut off your hands or some barbaric
I
stuff
don't
like
know.
that?
I don't
You know, so you know he's lucky. 10-hour YouTube video of burning fireplace allegedly earned creator over $1 million.
Whoa.
And I already can surmise why. Just as its name suggests, Fireplace 10 Hours Full HD is just 10 hours of a cozy fireplace burning away to the sound of crackling wood. It's definitely not the most spectacular clip ever uploaded onto YouTube, but that didn't stop it from generating over 157 million views in under 10 years. Considering the video had been monetized since it uploaded in 2016, it is estimated that the creator has made over $1 million from this video alone. And I believe that, you know, because I could see like an office party, you know, or you have, you know, something going on at your house, you know, or whatever. You have a big TV somewhere. You know, you just access YouTube and throw up, you know, like long video of a fire. Oh, fireplace 10 hours for OK Block. Click. You know, just so happened that everybody clicks the same one.
Yeah.
And after a while, that adds up, especially, you know, if it's monetized.
Well, over Christmas, our provider of TV puts two fireplaces on, both different. One of them just like that is a straight fire. The other one has the frame and Christmas stuff around it and things like that.
Oh, the mantelpiece and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And that's all it is. Now, one of them has stuff come in and out, but the one is just a straight fire.
Yeah. This looks just like a straight fire.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to click it to give him even more money.
No.
So, mysterious pink skies amid England snowfall linked to soccer stadiums. Well, look at this.
Huh. What does that have to do with soccer? I guess we're going to find out.
Residents of England's West Midlands saw the sky illuminated in a mysterious pink hue amid a snowstorm, and the cause turned out to be soccer-related. Locals in areas including Birmingham, Hednesford, Small Heath, and Bordesley Green reported the sky glowing pink during Thursday evening snowfall, and the cause turned out to be the LED lights set up to help grass grow at soccer stadiums.
Oh.
Huh.
How about that?
Okay, yeah, so this is it on the news.
Yeah.
You know, but it's, oh yeah, right here. You see that?
Yeah.
The lights.
Helping the grass grow. I didn't know that was a thing.
It makes sense.
LED lights helping grass grow?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's providing ultraviolet light or
Yeah,
whatever it is that's
yeah.
in the light that is nourishing towards grass.
During the night hours when
Yeah.
the sun comes up.
So that way it's 24/7
Yeah,
getting nourishment.
Yeah.
And it grows exponentially, so that way they can have real grass for their football. 50 sheep escape shepherd and walk into a grocery store. This sounds
All
like
50? Wow.
This sounds like the setup of a joke.
Yeah, sure does.
Oh my god. Wow.
Real? Why would they?
I mean, they just follow one another, and whoever was in the lead, you know, just wandered into a grocery store, and they all just went in there. I would hate to work there. I mean, that,
Kidding.
like, oh my heavens. Dude, do you see that, the bagger just doing their job?
Yeah.
It looked like he was up on the conveyor. They're breaking things now. Something just fell. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man. To watch the rest of this video, please click the underbar, the description. It's the link to this is down there. And last but not least here, we have Daredevil goes sky surfing at 20,940 feet for world record.
Wow.
High altitude Daredevil from Belarus broke a Guinness World Record when she went sky surfing over Mount Everest. What? Jumping out of the helicopter at 20,945 feet. There's I don't have an Instagram, so. Olga Naumova, who has been sky surfing for 15 years, jumped out of a helicopter over Sayangarwog, Nepal, to break the Guinness World Record for highest altitude sky surf jump. She exited the helicopter, at 20,000 yada yada, and kept control of her board until deploying her parachute and safely landing at 12,356 feet. Cool.
Jeez.
And that shall conclude the show. I see Scribbing Clanker is typing in something, it looks like, in Rumble here. But unfortunately, we cannot wait until then. We are going to be signing off. So let's see here. Where'd my script vanish to? Is this it? There you are. Yeah, please check the underbar of the description for alien links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual news, aka notable weather events and sports, we stream every Friday at, every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 Mountain, 5 Central, and 6 Eastern, I believe.
Yeah.
I gotta fix my script here.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
of course, it's Sunday today.
Yeah,
We're
Sunday.
day late.
Yeah, I mentioned that at the top of the show.
Oh, okay.
For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you are you. Thank you very much for coming in and watching. And just saying FSC, nope. No comments there. No comments on YouTube. And toodles.